Hello everybody, it's hobbitsizz, and welcome to another lore video. So in today's video, I'm going to be playing a rendition of Taliyah Malphite. So I'm really excited for this deck. This is the deck that I think the most proud of from like a competitive standpoint. I think this is one of the best like new upcoming like tier 2 decks, I'll say. Maybe tier 3 to tier 2 deck. And I know that everyone has been playing this deck, like, day 1, day 2. Mogwai released a deck, like, I don't know, on day 2 or day 3 of the expansion for Taliyah Malphite. And this is, like, really popular at the start. And why am I jumping on it, like, 7 days in? Because I made a version of it. I've been playing around, actually, with this deck a lot. And I'm quite happy with the version of the deck that I made. And I kind of wanted to refine it before showcasing it. Because, like I said, I'm pretty happy with this variant. So let's go over it. And I guess one thing to note before I go over it, I have looked at Mogwai's list. I made my deck, refined it, etc. Did all my normal deck building critiques. And then I looked at Mogwai's list, and our lists are very like there's like 5 or 6 card difference in our lists. Like, our lists are very similar. So I will say, right off the bat, before I show this video and everyone's like, you just like changed Mogwai's list. I did not. This was my list. The fact that they look similar just means that Mogwai and I have a somewhat similar sense of deck building. So there's that. So let's go over it to start. So first of all, a 3 of chip. This is basically a 1 mana 3/3. You have so many landmarks in this deck. It's always a 1 mana 3/3 except for like turn 1. And it's fantastic for that. We got Shapestone, Ancient Hourglass for a 1 of, just so we can keep our important units alive occasionally. Blue Sentinels, fantastic card, honestly. Crest of Insight is so good and works towards Malphite and Taliyah's level up. Perseverium, of course. Rockhopper, same thing. Summons the Rolling Sands, working towards their level ups. A couple Hush. Unraveled Earth. This is one of the big cards of this deck. So this summons... So a lot of the cards in this deck are landmark synergy cards, right? So they all want you to summon a bunch of landmarks like Taliyah, or they want you to summon a lot of mana for landmarks like Malphite. So being able to summon 2 landmarks gives 2 to Taliyah, and they're 2 mana each, so that's 4 mana for Malphite. So this is a really strong card for both of our champions' level ups. We got 2 of Zenith Blade. I'll go over that in a second as to why we're doing that. A 3 of Desert Naturalist, really good tempo card. Get you Grumpy Rock Bears, you play that on your Unraveled Earth, and you have a very strong mid-game. 2 Earth Elementals, very easy to get 4 landmarks in this deck. I have definitely had turns where I got 4 landmarks on turn 3, and by turn 4 I can play a 6/5 Overwhelm unit, which is really strong. Like a 4 mana 5/4 Overwhelm for Basilisk Rider, like, that's strong. Like, Basilisk Rider is already strong. When it was a 6/4 Overwhelm, that card was crazy. So a 6/5 Overwhelm is really good. 1 of Ground Slam. I don't think stuns in this deck are super necessary. You definitely have like really big beefy units, so most of the times you're okay with most combats. It's like there's not a whole lot of instances where you're not okay with trading in the mid game. And I think 4 mana for a stun is a little clunky in this deck. It does do 3, but I'd honestly much rather have the effect be like a 2 mana stun a unit, or like a 3 mana stun unit, or like a 3 mana deal 3. Having them both combined I think is a little too expensive, but it is still nice. It's still a nice card regardless. Rite of Negation as a 1 of, it's helpful. 2 of Salt Spires. Now this is a very interesting card that doesn't work in most decks, but in Taliyah deck it does, because on turn 4 you play Salt Spire. So it's countdown, and then on turn 5, it has a countdown of 1, and you play Taliyah, which copies the Salt Spire. So on turn 6, then, you get 2 Grumpy Rock Bears, and if you played other landmarks before, and at least 2 other landmarks, then you get 1 Grumpy Rock Bear that's like a 9/8, and it's massive. So we can get a massive Grumpy Rock Bear. We got Taliyah, of course. Stonebreaker. This is probably my favorite card in the deck, outside of, like, Malphite. Stonebreaker is so good. It's a 6 mana 6/4. Stat line's kind of trash, but if you summon 4+ landmarks, which by turn 6 you always have, deal 4 to an enemy and 2 to the enemy nexus. That is an extremely strong effect. That I've used this for lethals. I've used this to remove like Jinxes and Dravens and Twisted Fates, and very, very good and highly underrated because this deck doesn't have, besides like Ground Slam, this deck doesn't have any like removal. Most of it's all combat removal with getting like vulnerables from Rock Hopper and Raveled Earth. So having just a 4 damage removal option is really strong. And then the 3 of a Malphite. So the general theme of this deck is a very mid-range heavy power spike deck. So we want our early turns to be like developing Chip into like Blue Sentinel or into Rock Hopper. If we go Chip into Rock Hopper, we have a 3-1 and a 3-3 and a vulnerable landmark by turn 2, which is already quite strong. And then turn 3, we say play Unraveled Earth. And turn 4, we like use Desert Naturalist into the Unraveled Earth. And we have suddenly a very strong mid-game presence that just ramps up into like Taliyah, Saltspire, Malphite, and by the turn Malphite comes out, we should be basically winning the game. Malphite is like our win con. We should have a big enough board when Malphite pops out that when he stuns everything, we can win off of that. And I will, so one of the cards that I teched in that I really like in this deck is Zenith Blade. So I know there is a landmark. Where's that landmark? Do I not own it? 1 second. So there's Spiral Stairs, which is a landmark that I've seen a couple people run in this deck. So this is countdown 3, create a Seed of Strength in hand. A Seed of Strength is a fleeting, slow speed grant an ally +3/+2 overwhelm. So it's a very strong grant effect. But the thing I don't really like about Spiral Stairs is that you have to play Seed of Strength like when it pops. So you don't get as much like control over when you actually play your Overwhelm card. So if like you don't have a good unit on the board when Spiral Stairs pops, your Overwhelm does nothing. And likewise, when you already have a good unit on the board, you can play Spiral Stairs, but then you have to not play so aggressively with that unit because then you have to save it for the Seed of Strength. I think it's a little awkward to play around. I think Zenith Blade is really, really good, however, in this deck because we have a lot of things with really beefy attack. Like Malphite, for instance, when he has 6 attack normally. When he's leveled up, he has 7 attack. So if we have a leveled Malphite and we give him Overwhelm from Zenith Blade, he's an 8 mana Overwhelm unit, which is really strong. Stonebreaker. It already has a lot of attack. 6 attack is no joke. That gets the 7 attack Overwhelm. That's solid. Salt Spires, we can get Grumpy Rock Bears. Even Grumpy Rock Bear isn't a bad target for it. It could be a 6/6 Overwhelm stick then. And if we get Salt Spire to give it +2/+2, we can have like an 8 attack Overwhelm unit or even a 10 attack Overwhelm unit if 2 Salt Spires go off. And additionally, one of my favorite interactions with the Zenith Blade is with Taliyah. So Taliyah's level up is she creates a bunch of threaded volleys, little rocks. Pa, pa, pa. And these rocks do 2 to their blocker, and if it's dead or gone, it does 2 to the Nexus instead. If you give Taliyah Overwhelm, but she doesn't hit the Nexus herself. If the ally that, or if the unit that was blocking her is dead, she doesn't punch through, right? But if she has Overwhelm, she does. So if you give Taliyah Overwhelm and get her to 4 attack, you're effective, and have a landmark on the board, which isn't too hard. You're effectively creating a 10 attack unit with Taliyah, a 10 attack Overwhelm unit with Taliyah, which, like, wow, great stuff. So that's why I run those cards. Again, really happy with this deck. I'm not even sure what to tweak at the moment. I really like where it is. And now I will stop talking about it so much, and I will just show you some games. Okay, so we will be playing against an Aurelian Soul Leona deck. That is fine. I like the Unraveled Earth. I like the Rock Hopper. We'll keep one of those. Preservarium, I could take it or leave it. I think I'll get rid of it for now to try and get a better curve. I didn't really get a better curve, but we can probably draw into something decent. So we have Malphite. So we have our late game done, right? We got Stonebreaker and we got Malphite. So we have a very strong late game presence now. Turn 1, wish we would have had Chip, but that's okay. Is this a Targon's Peak deck? I think this is a Targon's Peak deck. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. I haven't seen... Why would you run Leona without... I think Leona with Demacia is so good. I don't really know why you run it without. We'll just end there. I don't need to attack into this. He'll most likely attack into that anyway. Alright, Blue Sentinel. He's gonna pull that. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that interaction. Okay, he's ramping. I'm guessing he's gonna target speak next turn. I really like Unraveled Earth. Gets more landmarks. And can get Desert Naturalists. It's fine. Take one. And we can get Desert Naturalist to pop a landmark. Always want to pop the rightmost landmark. In case they have... I mean, this deck doesn't have any way to, like, burst speed or fast speed out units. I'm pretty sure. But if they did, right, then you would want to... Then you would want to hit the rightmost landmark. Okay. So we got some strong hits going. I'll keep this unit alive because I'm not sure what removal they have, but I want to keep as strong of a board presence as possible for this Targon's Peak to try and rush them down. So now with the strong board presence on hand... Holy crap! Guys. We legit just got a 0-cost Malphite. I can oh, I can't double Daybreak. I was gonna say I could double Daybreak, but I guess I can't. I mean, I'll Daybreak this first. He's not gonna do anything. That's his entire turn. We'll Daybreak that first, just so I can get the Zenith Blade. We'll summon our Blue Sentinel. Again, going as wide as possible. And we'll get rid of one of our landmarks and put freaking Malphite down. And now look at this board. This is a lot of damage. Oh, and we got the Earthshaker. That's next to lethal. That's neat. Yeah, that's 19 damage in one attack. Yep. Oof. Oof, that's crazy. And we can just kill him this turn. He plays anything. We play Preservarium, get our 4th landmark, and then play Stonebreaker for 0, and we just win. And we just win. Sure. Neat. Play Preservarium. Boop. Another Malphite. Sadly, this is only damage to a unit, not damage to Nexus. That'd be funny to win with that. Okay, and he's playing Aesol. Cool, we just won. Like I said, this card legit wins games. The mid-range power. It's a good day to be Malphite. I agree. Ooh, an Elise Demacia deck. You know what? I'm pretty sure this is one of those fancy freaking Cytheria decks. Keep the Shapestone for a good combat trick. I bet it's one of those fancy, like, super Cytheria decks. What do you bet? The ones that try to get, like... This is a terrible hand. That try to get Cytheria on, like, turn 8 and then just dominate the board. He's playing the death version of it. The kill my cards version. So I don't want to play this quite yet. Rather wait till my turn, see if I get anything better. That's terrible, terrible. I guess we can just play you. Okay, good. So we do have a Desert Naturalist. So we have a play next turn at least. Protege, nice. I like vulnerabling the Protege. We get an Earth Elemental. Okay. So we have 3 landmarks played and a Malphite. Alright, that landmark no longer exists. I think we have to Earth Elemental here. Because Desert Naturalist does not help us enough. But that's my play for next turn. I think we absorb this hit and go for a stronger next turn. Yeah, this hurts, but next turn we can go Taliyah or Naturalist. Like, Taliyah levels up here. A Naturalist might be better, though, for a wider board presence. I kind of like that, and we don't really need the card draw right now. We can create multiple Taliyahs, though. We have to wait on the Taliyah, because we need to be able to use the Taliyah to copy a Taliyah. Alright, yeah, we'll Naturalist here.
History is whatever.
Alright, a little bit of our power coming back now. We got some decent trades we can make. The 5-4 into the... So we can make, like, this trade and, like, this trade. And keep our unit alive. I don't know if they'll have, like, pings or something in their deck, but they could. Alright, nice. That's a little annoying, but it's okay. He's okay, he's okay. Blue Sentinel, not great, but not terrible. We'll go like this, we'll have to sack our units there. Alright, now what do we want to play? We don't have level Taliyah. We could play another Preservarium. We could also just Blue Sentinel, which I kind of like, into Earth Elemental. And we can go back to developing our board more. This might be a game where we do try to get level Taliyah. And we could Malphite. We can Malphite next turn. If I Rock Bear now, I can Rock Bear into Taliyah. I can also just Malphite now. I could Preservarium. How many cards do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 6, 8. So this will put me to 8 cards. Taliyah will copy it, putting me back to 8 cards because I'll play Taliyah. And then in 2 turns, I'll draw 2 more cards. Alright, I think that's the play. We can copy you. Upgrade Taliyah. So we have leveled Taliyah, which is really good.
Point the way, and I'll make the way.
Nice. Chip! So he has a lot of units. We can attack like this. So I don't think he can kill Taliyah, and even if he does, I do have Hourglass. But I think this play works. Because we get 3 rocks because of Taliyah.
Hold back the darkness.
I'm okay with that. And now Malphite is leveled, so that's really nice for us too. Leveled Malphite's huge.
I will end this here.
Yeah, this still dies regardless. Yeah, he's using the 4/4 because he realizes it just dies. Sweet. Bop. 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 Because we take 3 damage from that, and then Taliyah pops it for the last bit. And so we have bonus mana for next turn, which is also quite important. So now we're at 9 mana. We got a Hush. Okay, so he does not have the Cytheria combo in hand. That's really, really good for us. I could, like, Hourglass Taliyah, but I don't have more landmarks. I think Malphite's just the way to go. I like Malphite here. We have Malphite. I also do have Rite of Negation, so I'm not worried about Ruination or Vengeance. I could just hush that, which is kind of funny. I don't think it's worth it, but I could. Because now I just want to play Chip. Chip! Chips ahoy!
Walk solid.
Walk solid! That's adorable. So cute. Double mobilize.
I pull the string.
Double mobilize, 0 cost Elise. Interesting. I don't really have any. I guess I did waste that mana for a 6/7. I'm also at 10 cards exactly, so that's cool. Another Taliyah. Another Chip. Unstoppable Force. So I can, even if he plays Cythria. No, I miscounted. Oh, because I got Unstoppable Force. Fudge. I think I actually want a Stone Weaving. And I think I want a Stone Weaving to put a Taliyah landmark on the board. So we want to save Unstoppable Force. I want to develop as much as possible and then Unstoppable Force so I have the biggest board I can get. So let's Stone Weaving. These are all terrible. But it doesn't matter because I'll just kill it with Desert Naturalist anyway. Yeah. Like Deos, I guess. Really doesn't matter. Do I have enough mana for everything? Let's see. That's 2, 6. I have 11 mana. That's 6. Oh, I don't have enough. I'm 1 mana off. No. Alright, our opponent surrendered. Nice! So, I was saying I'm 1 mana off because I wanted mana for Rite of Negation, Malphite Stun, and 2 Desert Naturalists to make my board bigger. So, most likely there, instead of Desert Naturalist, I would have just played Deos into Chip, and then after I play Deos, after I play Chip, see what he develops into, and then I'll use the Malphite Stun if he doesn't develop. Or no matter how he does, I'll play the Malphite Stun, and I'll have Rite of Negation backup to stop something like a Vengeance. Yeah. Mind games. This going pretty good. Deck's going pretty good. Game number 3, probably the last game of the video. We are against an Ezreal Swain deck, so very, very tempo heavy. We'll get rid of Taliyah here. We'll keep everything else. Nice early curve. Alright, maybe a little too much of an early curve. Do like Blue Sentinel and Rockhawk give us a little bit of options. Chip Turtle only can get stopped with a Thermo Beam. I think I just wait actually on Chip though. Because I'd much rather play a unit first and then Chip. Fine, let's play our Blue Sentinel. Sweet, and now we can play Rockhopper into Chip. Malphite.
If it's made of sand, I can write it.
So unless he has another House Spider, his next unit is going to get annoyed a little bit. Alright, shocking, that's fine. I don't really care to use Shapestone now, I think. I would save this, what, just to get killed by a spider? Summon Chip.
Doggone is so big.
Twagon is so big. Oh my god, Chip. Chip, you little scamp, you. You've stolen all of our hearts. Twagon is so big. Alright, Zenith Blade. I think Salt Spire is definitely the way to go. Malphite's only at 6. I can keep Chip alive. I think we will try to keep Chip alive. This is a very awkward, like, Death's Hand, I feel like. It's 3 mana to try and kill a 1 mana card. So we'll make him spend a little bit more. He's scared of this, too, the Rolling Sands. I want a Zenith Blade because I want to draw the other Zenith Blade first. So I think I'm pretty sure I'm already going to Zenith Blade this turn. And so I'm going to try to get more value. Okay. So he's using the second Death's Hand that he has. That's fine. I still get the Daybreak effect. And we now get the extra mana, so Malphite goes to 8. Which is kind of what I wanted the whole time. You played right into my trap. We'll play the Blue Sentinel too.
Ooh, you're my favorite rock and also color.
So next turn, we have what? 6 mana, 7 mana? We can actually play Malphite next turn, which is pretty nice. And we do have the Salt Spire, which is popping off. Nope, we no longer have Salt Spire. That's, you know what? I'm okay with that. It's a little annoying because he did trade up in mana, but that means next turn he doesn't have anything to stop Malphite. Unless he has another like instant kill spell in his hand. So that is okay. So yeah, so now I just play a 6/10 tough unit on curve. He just doesn't want to play units, which is so funny. He's like so afraid of playing units.
Time for a true player's game.
Well, okay, here's also the question. Do I play Malphite now, or do I Rock Hopper into Naturalist? And to save the 1 mana. Because he can Ezreal, and if he has like another kill option, then Ezreal's shot's going to be annoying. I think it's Rock Hopper and a Naturalist, actually.
Last to natural may buys me a new sail.
Oh, he's 10. He's so close. I need this to die so Malphite can level up. If he kills Blue Sentinel, then I'm good. But I assume he's going to attack with Ezreal. It'll probably kill the Rock Hopper. But Malphite, he could drop him down 1 point, and if he has another Scorched Earth, then Malphite just dies. So I want to make it more difficult for him to actually kill Malphite.
Katina, you gotta see this new board.
Little busy now, Sammy. Later.
If he has another Scorched Earth, he might use it to stop this, which case I feel so free to play Malphite. Alright, it's fine.
Charge. Oh dear.
So our board state's not looking too bad. It's definitely just Malphite here. We have no landmarks to play. He's a big boy. Okay, so stunning Malphite, that's annoying, but fine. We're gonna go and kill Ezreal anyway. So we'll full attack. We won't attack with you yet. I'd like to get this popped when I have Taliyah so she can make it summon another landmark. Okay, no Ezreal. Nice. No Ezreal, we still have a very strong board presence. Earth Elemental is pretty good. I don't mind that. Unsure, he might play a Swain like a Leviathan? He might just Leviathan here. It's a little, I feel like it's a little clunky. Alright. We'll play this. So we know he has a Swain. Swain's gonna be level for next turn. You can also just make, I'm gonna just buff the shit out of Malphite with this. If he attacks with Swain ship, yeah, I don't think he's gonna attack with it. I mean, why would he? He just throws it into one of my units. Let's make Malphite a big overwhelm boy. 7-12. Mystic. Okay, so this tells me he has something like a Noxian Guillotine or another Scorched Earth. Annoying. I was hoping we got that Scorched Earth out of him earlier. But I guess not. Oh, we have a Hush. Hush is actually really solid. Okay. So, I mean, we'll full attack. He has to do something about this. Okay, it is a Guillotine. If I Hush Malphite, because the Zenith Blade was bonus health, right? So if I Hush Malphite, is he still wounded? Get fucking wrecked. Sorry, that's... I feel very clever for that one. Boom! He'd even choose to block anything with a ship, which I find really strange.
It is a good day to be Malphite.
So good day to be Malphite. Because, like, what? I was doing 22 damage. Even if he was sure that would kill Malphite, why wouldn't you block with the ship to at least save yourself a little bit of damage and help clear the board a little bit? But, you know what? I'll take it. 3 games played, 3 games won. Like I said, this deck's shaping up to be very, very nice. Very, very nice. Very, very happy with it. I'll probably play around with it more as the season progresses. And I don't know, maybe I'll try to rank up with this deck. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. Really helps me out. And I'll see everyone for the next video. Peace.